Why would I suddenly be getting low hot water pressure out of all faucets in my home? 7-year-old Rheem Guardian 50 gallons hot water heater model Repro 5040F.
Hi, my name isXXXXX have over 20 years experience in the plumbing industry. I will be happy to assist you. So the low hot water pressure is on all faucets including shower/tubs etc.?
Yes, all faucets.
Let me get some more info from you. Do you know if your heater has a backflow preventer/check valve on it?
No idea, I'm not experienced at all with water heaters, a little knowledge in general plumbing.
It is more than likely a calcium buildup either going into the water heater or on the outlet side of the water heater. What type of piping do you have? Generally it is on the outlet side. That outlet side where the piping attaches to the water heater gets calcium built up and will slowly close off that hole, which in turn will decrease the water pressure.
All copper piping going in and out. There is some kind of shut-off valve on the cold outlet. I think it has a big screw-in plug and an overflow tube.
How long has it been since the water heater has been flushed?
The copper tubing has some flex line where it come out the top of heater. Those connect the pot metal looking fittings in top of heater. Are those what might be clogged? Never been flushed, didn't know if it too is this something I can do myself?
Exactly, that is where I would suggest you start looking first. And yes, you can flush this heater yourself. So where the line connects to the heater on the top, there is a nut type fitting on the heater, correct?
Yes, on the fitting and the flush. Do I just open spigot on bottom of heater?
Okay, here is what you should do. Please give me a couple minutes while I type this out for you. One other question, are you on city water or well?
City water in Colorado.
Any freezing temps recently in your area?
Not the problem, all lines are interior of house, no breaks, no leaks.
Okay, thank you. I'd say if the heater hasn't been flushed in some time, then calcium has clogged the outlet. Let me type you some instructions. One moment please while I do so.
THX.
To find that obstruction in the line, first turn off the power to the water heater. This will need to be done when flushing it, so we'll go ahead and do it now just to be safe. With the power off, turn off the water going into the heater. You should see a valve with a handle on the cold water side of the heater. That is what you will turn off. Now disconnect the fitting from the hot and cold water side of the water heater where it is attached to the pot metal fittings. Take a long object, long enough to go into the water heater, such as a long screwdriver, and see if you hit an obstruction. If so, you need to break that obstruction loose. Let me know if you have any questions about this before I continue. I should mention to open a hot water faucet to remove the pressure before disconnecting the lines.
How do you turn off power, and do I need to somehow relieve pressure before disconnecting the lines?
Turn the power off at the breaker and new electric panel. Yes, open a hot water faucet to relieve the pressure once you shut the water off to the water heater. I mentioned that above, you may have missed that. I have seen some of those inlets/outlets plugged so tight, the calcium was literally hard as a rock. Are you still with me on these instructions? Also check the inside of the fitting you removed just to make sure the obstruction isn't there. I show you are entering and leaving this chat session. Are you having connection difficulties in the chat? Once you find the obstruction and clear it, we then are going to flush/drain the water heater. But due to the fact this hasn't possibly ever been done on this water heater, I'd like you to follow these instructions I am about to give you. Reconnect the fittings. 1. The male fitting, the one with the external threads, wrap that with some Teflon tape. This can be purchased at Lowe's or Home Depot. This keeps the joint from leaking. Now attach a garden hose to the bottom outlet of the heater where it drains. Run that hose outside the house somewhere, close off the faucets you had open. Then open the drain valve on the water heater. Now open the cold water valve on top of the water heater. I'd like you to do this so we get full water pressure pushing through that drain valve to help break up any buildup in the bottom of the tank. Let that run for a few minutes. Turn off the valve on top of the heater once again, open up a couple hot water faucets to relieve in pressure and release any vacuum in the hot water lines. Now your heater should be draining. Let the heater drain fully until you no longer see any water coming out of the hose. Once that has happened, turn off the drain valve. Now open the valve on the top of the heater to refill the water heater. Leave a hot water faucet open. This will allow the air to escape as the heater is filling and also let you know when the heater tank is full once you are getting a full flow of water from the faucet. You can then shut the faucet off and turn the power back onto the water heater. You should be good to go at that point. I'd suggest flushing/draining the heater every year or two to help keep this from happening again. It will also prolong the life of your heater. The length of these instructions really don't dictate the level of difficulty for these procedures. I'm sure you can handle it just fine. Smile.
Yes, try. Trying to turn a power nothing clearly marked, found some plastic screens in both fittings, don't see obstruction.
The breaker for the heater will be a double breaker, 2 sides attached together. You will probably have more than one though, one for AC, one for oven and dryer, if electric. Can you stick a long screwdriver down into the inlets/outlets? I was hoping you would encounter something similar to this, but not to this extent if you are getting at least some pressure full-size image. That is a calcium and corrosion buildup.
Both sides have some sort of checkball system in them, can't get past that.
I may have made a mistake. This is a gas heater? If so, you won't have electric to turn off. I'm sorry about that. Turn off the gas. Can you send me a picture of what you have going on at the fittings? That is a heat trap fitting. Rheem has won some of those heaters. Does the ball move freely? It should.
A triangle in the hot side with check ball below and a check ball with a stem sticking out of top on cold side. I am on a tablet, can't send pic, but I have one on my phone.
That ball should move freely. It looks like this. Full-size image.
Yes, that's on cold side was stuck in hole, but I pushed it down trying to see inside. Other side looks different but still has some sort of check all on hot side. No gunk at all on either side. Lime in the pic you sent but black film in flex tubing. Hello.
If you aren't getting through on the hot side at all, this is what I would suggest then. With the heater being 7 years old, I'd just replace both of those nipples coming out of the tank. You can either get some 3/4 of an inch brass nipples at Lowe's or more of these heat trap nipples, whichever you prefer or they have in stock. Then you have a nice fresh start. For sure those are the issue. Personally, I'd use 3/4 of an inch brass nipples. Just try and get them the same length as those you are removing.
There is a check ball on that side too. It moves freely. The other side was stuck but now moves freely since I broke it loose.
If it was stuck, that was the issue. It should move freely. I knew we'd get there. Smile.
Do you think it needs to be replaced or it was just stuck?
Probably just stuck, but it shouldn't do that. Rheem had some weird engineering ideas with those in my opinion. Maybe for now just assemble it all back. Then in the future if you have this issue again, go ahead at that time and replace both of them.
Okay, thank you very much.
But I would suggest flushing/draining the heater.
I'm flushing now.
Great. Do I have your question fully covered for you?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you as well. Please provide an excellent service rating for me if you are happy. This is how we experts are compensated for our time. In the future, if you have any more plumbing questions, you can find me direct on JustAnswer by following this link http://www.justanswer.com/homeimprovement/expert/Steve ProMaster/.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.